Hi lovelies, welcome back to the channel. Today's tutorial is a quick one on how you can neatly attach your crinoline to your lined peplum or lined flay to have a very neat finishing without stop stitching. This is very easy to follow and it is beginner friendly. If this sounds like something you're interested in learning, please watch to the end of this tutorial and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Thank you. So here I have my high-low 360 degrees peplum, and I also have my 2 inches height crinoline. I've also cut out my lining. So I have a tutorial on how you can cut your high-low peplum, and I have two methods in that tutorial. So I use the second method, and on my lining I've also ironed gum stay to it. Okay, so I'll go to the sewing machine and show you how we'll go about this. The first thing will be to pin your lining and your main fabric together, right sides facing each other. With the lining facing up, the lining is facing me, the lining is facing up, and the main fabric is facing down. Now I've pinned the both together all the way round, and I'll be sewing on 1/2 inch seam allowance. So the first thing I'm going to do is to tape down the edge of my crinoline to avoid it hurting the body, because it can actually be harsh on the body, especially if you're attaching this to a blouse, right? So before I start attaching, I'm going to measure out 1 inch. I don't want the crinoline, or you would want to avoid the crinoline starting from the beginning of your fabric. Okay, so I measured 1 inch. You can decide to measure 2 inches and sew down with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So just watch what I'm doing. Like I said, the lining is facing up, is facing me, right? So take note of that. Now to attach my crinoline, watch how I'm going to place my crinoline. I am going to place it away from the main fabric. So just watch what I'm doing. The fabric is facing this way, the bulk of the fabric is this way. So now I'm going to place my crinoline away from it. I'm placing my crinoline on the 1/2 inch allowance I'm sewing on. Watch how I placed my crinoline. I am sewing at the edge of the crinoline. I'm just placing it on that 1/2 inch sewing allowance I'm using to sew the main fabric and the lining together. So even if you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch what I'm doing. So this is self-explanatory. Just watch what I'm doing. I'm sewing the tip of the crinoline. So the crinoline is placed away from the fabric, but on that 1/2 inch allowance. So you are sewing the fabric on 1/2 inch allowance, and then the crinoline at the tip, because you place your crinoline and make sure it's touching that 1/2 inch, reaching the 1/2 inch allowance. And as you're sewing, please avoid stretching your crinoline too much. Okay, just stretch it a little. Okay, you don't want it to overstretch and you don't want it to be gathered too much. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing and you follow the same way to do yours. Okay, so I'll just allow you to watch what I'm doing. Okay, as you're sewing, you're removing your pins. You don't want to sew on your pins. That's what I'm doing here. So before I get to the end, I'll also remove that 1 inch I did when I started the first time. I would stop the crinoline 1 inch before I get to the end, right? And I'm going to also use a masking tape to close up this part, right? So I'm just going to use this to tape this off. If you don't have a masking tape, you can actually use your fabric and hemming gum to tape off this. Put hemming gum in between your fabric and just close it off, and then sew to the end, right? So after sewing, I'm going to turn the sides, the open edges. Okay, so I'll trim out the excess I have on my main fabric and then use 1/2 inch to close up this end. That's what I'm just doing here. So what I do to this one end, I'll do the same to the other end. I used 1/2 inch to close up the two sides. So now that I'm done sewing, you can see what I have. Okay, I used 1/2 inches to close up and also sew the main fabric and the lining together. So pay attention to this. When we were sewing, when I was sewing, the main fabric was facing down and the lining was facing up. Now after sewing, make sure that the other side that was facing down will face up, which is the main fabric. the main fabric is facing me. Please pay attention to this. Let the main fabric face you. If it was facing down when you were sewing, it should face up now. You see what I'm saying? I've faced it up and the lining is down. I'm going to use a hemming gum to hem it down to the main fabric. That's why it is facing up. So but for me to place my hemming gum without it falling off, I'm just touching a liquid gum. Okay, so I'm using an uhu gum. If you have a B6000 or whatever gum you have, you can use it, but this is the gum I have, so I'm just going to place it, okay, so that this my hemming gum can stick. Okay, just this is just to support my hemming gum. So just watch what I'm doing. So I will touch the gum at the tip, not all the way. Just watch. If you look at it, you can see what I'm doing. So just touch your gum at the other tip of your crinoline, at the edge. Okay, so when you look at what I'm doing, you understand what I'm saying. Once you touch your gum, your liquid gum, you place your hemming gum on that part. That is what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this all the way round from one end to the other. As I'm touching the gum, I'm placing using it as a support to support my hemming gum. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this is that after placing this, I'm going to turn my fabric the right side to come out. All right, so that when I turn it, the hemming gum will not fall off, because the essence is to use the hemming gum to iron down the crinoline on the fabric. I don't know if I'm making sense, but that is why I'm doing this. So I'll just do this all the way to the end and glue my hemming gum all the way to the end. I've gotten to the end. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's just it. This is very simple. I think it is easier than top stitching. Okay, for me, I think it is easier. So after doing this, I'm going to, this is all I have. I've done it all the way, like I said. So I'm going to turn my right side out so that the wrong side will be in. Do you understand? So after turning it out, because I've used this liquid gum to hold my hemming gum, it won't fall out, so you don't have to worry. So you just turn out your fabric to the right side, and then after, when you turn it out, make sure that that side, your right side, is facing up, is still facing you, is facing up. You see how I've placed mine, is still facing me. Right now I'm going to use my iron to steam press this down. Okay, so I don't have a steam iron, so I'm using a dry iron. That's why I'm touching water. If you have a dry iron, you just sprinkle water and then you steam press. You place it down and hold it for a while and raise it up, please. But as you're doing this, don't use too much heat. Regulate your iron. You know how your iron works. Regulate it so that you don't end up damaging the crinoline in the process. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just sprinkling water, steam pressing, and then I'll do all this to the end. That's what you do. So after steam pressing this way and making sure it's glued, you can see how it's forming. It's looking very, very neat, and if you do it this way, it sticks and it stays firm. Okay, so I'll do this till I get to the end. So after that, you can go ahead to iron out your fabric. Okay, so but make sure you iron these edges very, very well. I've done that to the end. Okay, so this is the end. This is me getting to the other end. After that, iron the sides that you'll be joining or attaching your zipper in case you're making a blouse. For this, I'm actually attaching this to a dress, so it's going to be the lower part of my skirt. So for me, I'll attach it to my dress, but if you're making it as a blouse, a peplum for a blouse, this will be the side you attach your zipper. Okay, so you can see what I have is looking very, very pressed, looking very neat, and looking very beautiful. So I'll go ahead and close this point and attach it to my dress. Yes, so this is the outcome of what I just made. It's really looking beautiful. And for this dress, I did a hip and butt padding. Yes, you can see how seamless it looks, and I have a tutorial on how you can properly pad your hip and butt, and I'll drop the link to that tutorial in the description box. And I have lots of tutorials on how you can make off-shoulder bustier and other types of bustier, freehand, and even with patterns, for anyone you're interested in. So do well to check those out. I'll be dropping the link to a playlist of bustiers in the description box. So guys, we'll come to the end of today's tutorial. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye.